and Studs! Welcome back, Technic F1 fans. This is Spruce and Studs, and today we're going to conclude the epic McLaren F1 build in this video. For those of you who have forgotten, I will run down a few quick numbers on this set. So the McLaren F1 was released on March 1st, 2022, retails for $180. Total piece count weighs in at 1432, which is a decent size for a Lego set. Total build time for me was around 6 to 8 hours, and since there are a lot of stickers, 65 of them to be exact, I will roughly say that 30 minutes was likely spent on positioning the stickers correctly so that they look like they were professionally applied by the world's premier sticker, i.e. me. If you want to see the first part of the build, which features building the engine as well as the skeleton of the chassis, you can click on the eye in the upper right hand corner right now. So in this second video, we're going to be focusing in on bag 3 and 4 of the set. Just as a quick note, as this is a very large set, in fact, it's about a nose larger than the 3 big Technic cars, which are the GT3, Chiron, and the Cian. I apologize, I was not able to get the car completely in the field of view of the camera, so there will be a lot of pop-ups in the upper right-hand corner of this video to help orient what part of the car we will be building, as well as where some of those parts go on the car. So with bag 3, there are a bunch of myriad parts that help fill in the glaring gaps on the car at this point in time. Some noticeable parts that you're going to be assembling separately and then attaching them onto the car include the rear brake light, expanding the side of the chassis, the bottom portion of the right and left outer hull, and some minor aero that goes on each side of the car in the front. And most notably, the front diffusers of the car, which I might add, looks quite realistic compared to the real F1 car. The real F1 car has 3 separate tiers on the front diffuser, with the lowest tier being obviously closer to the ground, and the top one being the most removed from the ground. When you are done with bag 4, you then progress to finishing up the car. Again, with this step, you are not doing any of these fun mechanical building, such as the drivetrain or the engine like steps 1 or 2. Just like in step 3, you are filling in the void of where the body panels go on the F1 car, with the most prominent body panel being the upper portion of the right and left outer hull. This predominant area is where you're going to be, unfortunately, slowing down your methodic pace of building, because guess what? This is the perfect opportunity to practice your sticker centering skills. I know. Aren't you all excited to hear about this part? I know that I am. As you saw on the previous video, I have saved you the pain of watching me put the stickers on by pre-stickering the Technic pieces before putting together the car. As I have had a lot of experience with placing Warhammer decals on my models, as well as stickering my fair share of Speed Champion cars, I would highly recommend you perfectionists out there to use a pair of tweezers to help you position the stickers. You can get more control where the sticker goes on the Technic pieces. I would also recommend you have a nice sharp blade next to you, just in case you need to remove a sticker from a Lego piece. The most important thing is do not press down on the sticker until you are happy about the position of the sticker. Doing so will prevent a sticky situation. Like that one? Probably not. And a long list of headaches. Don't ask me how I know. Moving on, you build the side mirrors and some other panels. However, the next large piece of Aero that you're going to be building is the rear spoiler. I mean, this thing looks absolutely massive on the car. In previous Speed Champions videos, I have blatantly said I am a huge fan of big wings, and the one on the F1 car makes me grin from ear to ear because it looks so cool. And it is as massive as a skyscraper stuck in suburban America. Unlike most wings that are out there, this airplane foil serves as a gigantic purpose of improving airflow on the car, as well as generate much needed downforce for better grip, handling, and airflow, thus reducing drag. The build finally concludes with the front roll cage of the car and the air intake system, which unfortunately is covered in a lot of stickers. Again, sorry, I'm going to fixate on the stickers. Aside from the stickers annoying the crap out of me and you getting annoyed about me talking about stickers again, there is a glaring fault with the stickers on this F1 car. I will elaborate, but I'm sure that F1 connoisseurs will notice that the livery is completely wrong on this car. The livery on this car are sponsors from the 2021 season and not the 2022 season. That irks me a little bit because it detracts from the overall authenticity of the car. If you're going to label this as a 2022 car, then for God's sakes, have the right labels on the car. I suppose when the Lego designers were putting together their version of this car back in 2021, they did not know who the 2022 sponsors were going to be, so they had to rely on the old sponsors. Heck, if I were a 2022 sponsor McLaren, I'd be pretty pissed off because I would want my name to be immortalized on the Lego version of the car, but instead I get shafted and have to deal with the 2021 sponsors on it. Who cares about the past one? Just kidding. Finally, after you're done with the intake, you finally give the car legs to sprint faster than the cheetah. In other words, put the wheels on the car. Then voila, the F1 model is finished. Sadly, I tried to find some specifications of the F1 car, but I had a feeling that McLaren were going to keep those specs locked down tighter than the gold that is housed at Fort Knox. So the gist of it is I found really nothing on the interwebs. I'm sure that McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, and the rest of them are not going to publicly publish these specs because they want to be at a competitive edge with each other. What can I say about this car? Well, for starters, it is fantastic to look at and serves a great addition to the Cayenne GT3 and the Chiron that I already own. I would say that this would make a great acquisition to bolster your Technic collection. The prominent orange and blues are very optical pleasing and visually gratifying to look at, while the black interspersed serves as a break between the orangey orange and the cobalt blue. With the side profile of the car, the lines and angles are generally okay. As I have stated before, it is hard to mimic the custom graceful patterns of the aerodynamic Raptor with this Lego set. The blocky Technic pieces sadly look awkward as a pizza-faced, lonely teenager stuck out in the middle of the dance floor trying to dance. But the Lego company has to make do with the current pieces that are available in the Technic lineup. I'll have to say, compared to the real F1 car, the front diffuser side profile and the rear spoiler side profile looks a bit off because on the Lego model, those areas are way too small compared on the F1 car. Do any of these negative points really detract from the overall aesthetic of the car? My answer is by no means. This is an excellent Technic model to buy, and I would encourage all Technic car fans to purchase this set without even thinking. I had a blast building this car, and I'm sure you will too. I hope that you enjoy the build. If you are on the fence of buying the set, then I hope that I encourage you to jump off the fence and hop on the greener side of the pasture, or to be honest, have 180 less greens in your pocket. I know that you will not be disappointed. This is Bruce and Studs. Thank you for watching this very long video and build. Thank you for your continued support of the channel. Please smash that sub button and become part of the Brick family so that more of these videos can be produced. As usual, I will see you all in the next build.